everyone, this is going to be a review on the Playtex Drop-In system. This was the first bottle that we tried and we loved it. We didn't see any reason to switch, so we stuck with it. I watched a lot of other people's reviews and that's what made me choose the system, and I think that it's perfect, so hopefully I can help somebody else. So we started out with, where are we there? With the small 4-ounce Playtex drop-in system. We didn't use the vent air. There's the difference between drop-in and vent air. The drop-ins though, they can also be called nursers. Those are the same things. It's just basically old school and new ones. So they're the same exact functioning thing. They just have different lids and different shapes. I like these ones better. I mean, they were cuter. They have little designs on them. At first I thought I liked these lids better. They just seem to snap on more securely. But whenever you use one of these lids, let me show you really quick. So you put the nipple in, and then this lid actually goes on top of the nipple and kind of smashes it down. So your nipple is in effect squished, which is fine. But I did notice that it leaked a little bit, and whenever I switched over from breast milk to formula, my daughter is talking to herself, sorry, might be distracting for me. We switched to formula before 3 months. So when I was mixing up formula, I like to put the lid on instead of keeping my finger over the nipple. It helps me shake it up better. But having this type of lid, it definitely leaks. If I use this type of lid, it comes to the tip of it and just closes it. Like it just, you know, blocks it. It doesn't squish the nipple or anything like that. And I didn't have any leaks with this one when I was shaking them up. Since it's the 4-ounce one, these were the smaller. I still have a container I didn't open. But these were the drop-ins that we used for these. This is a box of 50. I think in the 4-ounce, I've only seen boxes of 50. The biggest complaint I've heard about this whole system is people saying that it's expensive. And really, I don't think it is. This would be like $4.99. And it's a box of 50. Quick math, if they go through, say, 5 bottles a day, which, you know, every baby varies, and especially if they're not sleeping through the night. Say 5 bottles a day, though, that lasts them 10 days. $5 for 10 days, that's nothing. I don't think. I think it's well worth it. It keeps the bottle. I feel like the bottle, it doesn't matter if it gets scratches on it or whatever. I don't feel like there's any of the BPA plastic, because it's going to be in here, which these are all BPA free. It just feels more sanitized and clean, and I'm happy with them. But we did transition pretty soon to the 8-ounce, and if I had known how quickly we were going to go to the 8-ounce, I probably would have just used giant bottles for a tiny baby in the beginning, because she would have outgrown these. And now I have 10 bottles that are just too small. So we transitioned to the larger ones, which in effect look the same, just larger. Now, whenever you purchase them in a pack, my biggest complaint is that this one is a pack of 3, and I'm going to return these because I bought 2 packs. I feel like I needed more bottles. All 3 nipples that come in here are slow flow. Now, there are no other options besides slow flow. Like, then I have to go buy Nipples, which is kind of annoying. And I've had a hard time actually finding Nipples at Target, at least our local Target. I forgot my wedding ring today. Anyway, so I had to buy separate Nipples. That was just kind of annoying. And that was part of the reason I bought a whole new bottle set, was because I was hoping to kind of get a whole set all together instead of having to buy them individually. But for the 8-ounce bottles, And then plus for these, you can have expandable up to 10 ounces. So technically these bottles can hold 10 ounces of milk. I don't know what baby takes 10 ounces of milk, but holy cow, like we do 6 ounces of water plus the appropriate amount of formula makes about 7 ounces. That's a pretty good amount. But anyway, they can go up to 10 ounces, I guess. And these are the box of 100. It's a pretty big size box. Now you can get a box of 50 of these, I believe, for around, don't quote me, it's like $5.99. And then you can get a giant box for $7.99. Why not go with the large? You know, it doesn't make sense. So we go with the large box every time. It's 100 in there. And I'm not even going to do math in front of you guys. I think it'll last us about 20 days. So that's pretty reasonable. I like them a lot. They are, I already have water in these. I pre-mix the bottle. I pre-make the bottles every day to make sure that I don't have to do it during the day. I do it at night. But there's what they look like. They have a slightly harder plastic on top to keep its shape, and you just drop them in. Literally, that's why they're called drop-ins. Right now you can see I have water in there. That's one reason that I love these bottles is that, well, I'm sure you can do this with any bottle really, but I pre-make all my bottles at night, and they have the measuring numbers there. The measuring numbers are slightly off, so I always feel just a little bit above the number to be more accurate, but they're pretty close. And the last thing that I wanted to talk about, oh, I'm going to talk about the nipples as well. We started with latex slow flow, and the latex break down quicker than the silicone, and I thought that the silicone would be that an infant wouldn't like it, that my newborn wouldn't like him, but I should have just given him a chance in the first place, because as soon as I switched over to the silicone nipples, she took it. Like she didn't know the difference between a silicone and a latex. So the latex I was having to wash by hand, the silicone I could put in the dishwasher. I'd rather do the silicone. Where we went from slow, medium was so quick. At 3 months we went to medium flow, and by 4 months we were in fast flow. So it's still necessary to have them, but just kind of stinks to have to keep going through. I've actually started purchasing the nipples on Amazon.com. We replace them every few months, about 2 months. Make sure that I have stock, and then I don't have to go out to the store and get them. But the other thing that I want to talk about really quick is something that we got from the hospital that has been the biggest, most amazing thing that I've gotten. I don't know if you can purchase these, and so I'm hesitant to show you guys, but I'm sure you can find them somewhere, or at least if you haven't had your baby yet, try to get these from the hospital. These are breast milk storage bottles. The brand is Abbott, and they're pre-sterilized, so they're ready to go. What they are just these little plastic bottles that go up to 4 ounces. Now in the beginning, I was using these for breast milk. I was using bags, but I had some holes in bags before, and watching my breast milk fall out onto the floor and onto the counter and just spill everywhere. They say don't cry over spilt milk. I would bawl my head off. It was so sad to see, because I was actually having a really hard time producing. So all the hard work I had just done spilled out all over the floor. Never had a spill with these little bottles. You freeze and they become like they become rock hard, but they thaw fairly easy. You just put them in a cup of warm water. And you can keep reusing them over and over and over. We used these all the way until I stopped breastfeeding. And then I thought about throwing them away, and then I thought, they're so handy. She thinks she's alone right now, that's why she's talking so much. And then I decided to put the formula powder in here, which is awesome, awesome, awesome for this. It's a perfect size. This is 3 scoops of formula, so you can clearly, if you make more in a bottle, you can put more. You can put probably 6 scoops easily in there. I don't know why you would make that much formula, but they're pre-measured. Basically, every night before I go to bed, I fill all of her bottles, like I wash all of her bottles in the dishwasher, and then I put her inserts in. I fill them all the way up to the appropriate amount, 6 ounces, and then 3 scoops in each one of these. The next day, and even now I have 10 bottles, so I have enough for a day and a half, 2 days usually. I don't have to scoop out formula in the middle of the day, which I find really annoying. I just do it once and then it's done. And I have everything on the counter ready to go. If I need to leave the house at the drop of a hat, I can toss my bottles and this in there, and I don't have to sit there and measure everything out, which is really nice. These are awesome on the go. We've taken them through the airport, and since they're pre-measured, you could probably put your breast milk in here and freeze them and bring a little container that keeps them cold. I just love these little bottles, so if you can get a hold of these, they're awesome. So that's my review of the Playtex Drop-Ins, or the Playtex Nurser, same thing. That's about it.